Watch for them comments too, man.
Yep. All right. Shalom, shalom. Still see it. The Hebrew Israelites coming out here day in and day out, prophesy the downfall of America, which is modern day Babylon, spiritual Sodom and Egypt, last leg of Rome. And the uprising of Israel consists of so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, or the hopeful elect. Don't give all praises to Yahweh, Rakadei Yahweh, Barakadei Awashai, double honors to Apostle, Elder Bishop, the great millstone. One salutation to the brothers teaching word for the hopeful elect, soon to be the elect. Most High will. We'll get right into it. Apostles, elders, bishop, you know the subject. War. It's gonna be war at the door. The war is at the door. Of America, Israel attacking Iran, Iran retaliating. They killed their who was that leader? Ayatollah or something like that. So we're in it. We're in it, man. We'll get right to the scripture. We're gonna mention a little history too along the way. So you started that.
This is Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. And it reads, one woe is past.
That was World War I. And that was between axis of evil, they called it, but that was between a lot of those European countries, man. Including it's a world war, so eventually everybody got involved. I think I forget his name. That they say the reason they kicked it off. But go ahead.
And behold, there come two woes more hereafter.
Two woes hereafter, more after. That's World War II and World War III. That was we're brink of. World War II involved. That's during the time of the Hitler. During the time of the so-called Holocaust of the fake Jews. Now we're at the third war, with Trump being in office. So, there have been, we talked about, scripture talked about that, wars and rumors of wars. And the end is not yet. So, and why is the end not yet? Because the prophecies got to play out. The MOTB got to play. Back then in 1776, when they established this country, as an independent country, there's a lot of people a lot of countries celebrated along with that. Morocco was the first one that celebrated. And then you had the Netherlands and Italy and a lot of these other European countries celebrated along with America for becoming an established country, which was the slaughtering of our people, man. So that independence, going back to 1776, there's a celebration of the slaughtering and taking of our people. Now you fast forward it. The beast had yet been born, but the Renaissance the era had just got into play with the 14 and 1500s, and then the Christopher Columbus thing, 1492. So now we fast forward into the second. Slocky. Yeah, to now. Well, let's go to 1776, and then the 9/11 thing happened, which was big. And who gave them condolences? They got condolences from Russia and from China or Japan and a few more other countries. And it's called Teardrop, the gift that Russia gave to America. and in memorial for 9/11, which we know is an inside job. So, you know, Russia used to be allies with America, and more so like a indirect friendship, more so a competitive friendship, whatever you call it. But now, totally against. So that was like 25 years ago. Now we're in 2026, and it says the beast shall hate the whore. Russia's not included in the beast, but included in the eastern parts of the world, pretty much hating the West. But Russia is included with hating America, want to shoot missiles at America. So, a lot of that was play. A lot of that's competitive play. There's no competitive play no more.
Yeah.
And this harlot is old now.
Yeah.
She used to be young and fair, and everybody used to want to come in and share the wealth of America. But now it's no more of that.
Yeah, ain't nobody worried about who's in the Olympics and who's winning the best Olympics and who can get to the moon first. No, it's serious matters now. This is Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, concerning Edom.
Concerning Edom, who is Edom? The red man of the earth. That's the so-called white man. The white is just a label. That didn't come about to what, 1680s or whatever. So that wasn't even a thing back then with the particular people. But so they're the red men of the earth, Adawam, which is Edom. Pretty much the nation of Esau, which came out of Rebekah's womb and brothers to Jacob, but didn't get the blessing, but of the sword, he had it. That's why he's ruling on earth with the sword. And dwelling of the fatness of the earth. Go ahead.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord.
Yep.
And an ambassador is sent among the heathen.
Yeah, ambassador is sent as to scope out the land, right? Different, and they got embassies all across the world, and America does the same thing. They send out ambassadors, but this is coming from the Most High, scoping this place out. Because why? It's just with wickedness, man. It's just because of his wickedness. We're a part of that scope of the Most High, setting us up in places, all the places around America, even to the other side, man. But main core in America. And we examine this place and this wickedness, man, everywhere. Go ahead.
Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Yeah, that's what they go. That's what they doing, rising up against America. And like we have always said, if America, vice versa, if America gets involved, Israel gets involved. If Israel gets involved with a war, America gets involved because they're allies. So and some of these other countries get involved. Go ahead.
So I sit on that, but I got this one. This is
that was it on that?
yeah, okay. You go to verse 2, but we don't really already point.
Yeah. So what did it say? They're gonna come at America. And over there we always talk about it, the valley of Jehoshaphat. Yahweh Shabbat. That's where the judgment is going to take place over there in our land. And they're in our land. It says an ambassador shall dwell in Ashdod. So they because we usually do. We usually go down there. But they they're dwelling in our land. So it hasn't been right. In the outer borders of Gaza, the Gaza Strip and the border and the surrounding areas have always been hot because all these regional, what do you call it, northern Arab people, East Indian people thrown in there, so to speak. It's always been a confrontational front against America because they know that they ain't the real people of the land. Go ahead.
Verse 2, behold.
The Most High is stirring up those spirits, man. It ain't even them like you know what I'm saying? They have, you know, that place has been hot, but that's the most high spirit in the world.
Because this is their kingdom. It's their kingdom. Why would they want to destroy it? It's the Lord stirring them up, man.
Yep.
That's how you know there ain't no free will. Because if they know the scriptures, they hear the scriptures. They, you know, don't you think they would just not do what the scripture said they was gonna do to make sure prophecy don't come to pass? They can't make that choice. It's up to the Most High, man. He gonna make them do this, man. Verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
Yeah, he is small. He's the basis of men. You know, he's small. But that's why every war that America has fought, they have allies. Man. They have, even it says that our enemies have made a atonement against us, a confederacy. So it's always been cahoots. They have military might. So, you know, without that, they couldn't take Jake down.
You know, and the UN walked out on President Netanyahu of Israel, man. They just walked out, man. It was like, man, we don't want to hear this guy's speech no more, man. They being despised among these other nations, man. And America's along with that, you know, because they, you know, they're not condemning what they're doing, man. So thou art greatly despised.
You're greatly despised, man. Go ahead.
Verse 3, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee.
Yeah, the pride of his mind. To him, and it's going to tell you part of what his pride is. A lot of what his pride is. You know, having military might, control over the earth. You know, having kingship and authority, and you know, and ruling the earth given to his hand. He become proud. And it's science, you know. It's science, man. Pseudoscience. Go ahead.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
You dwell in Petra. Going back to Petra. Everything is brick made. Everything is Petra made around this place.
Yeah, they move the rocks all over the earth.
Yeah. Every downtown is a concrete jungle, so to speak, with the tall buildings. Yep. So he dwell in the clefts of the rock. That's his dwelling place. Going back to the caves of Europe. The caves of, you know, before it was even called Europe. The caves of Mount Seir. He dwelt in those caves. Go ahead.
Whose habitation is high.
Where is his habitation? In the flying planes, jets all day, and settings. What it's gonna say, but he's always in the firmament.
Yep, satellites.
Yeah, even his buildings, like the Twin Towers, like, and then they built it in commemoration of the independence of America, 1,776 feet. The new tower that replaced the towers that got knocked down. So he continued to go even higher and higher as he could get. And it even says this right here. Go ahead.
Who saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Who shall bring him down to the ground? And that lets you know you don't have to be a spiritual being to be in the heavens. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because they ain't talking about a spiritual being right there. Talking about them actually going into the firmaments, man. Who shall bring me down? He got a space station, NASA. You know? When he sets up on the hills, like even Hollywood Hills, they some of those primary Hollywood rats, they live in the actual hills and they be scoping down at Jake, scoping down at the earth.
And see, that's why they trying to merge with AI, because they're able to get that AI out into space. So they're trying to learn how to merge that with flesh, so they can get out of here, man. They know what's coming here, man. They know what's coming here. They trying to get out of here, man.
They seen, hey, that's why they say they see chariots coming in.
Oh yeah,
you know, and that green creature sound like that green creature.
Come on, man.
No, that green creature, that's becoming obsolete.
Come on, man. Nobody know that. I don't believe in that shit no more, man.
That Will Smith Independence Day and shit.
Like this ain't Roswell, man. They ain't stupid, man. No damn green alien. Come on, man. Come on, man. We do with that, man. If you believe in that shit, you might as well just believe in Santa Claus and Easter Bunny.
Well, they do. They do believe in Santa Claus. Easter Bunny.
Shit retarded as hell, man.
No, go ahead.
Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle,
As the eagle, where's their symbol? You know, Most High talks in codes, so we got the code talking from the Most High. Exalt thyself as an eagle. That's the that's the bird of the symbol of America, and also going back to Rome, that was a symbol of Rome.
and it's symbolic that it's a specific type of eagle. It's that bald eagle,
Which is if I'm not mistaken, the king of the birds.
Yup.
You know,
that bald eagle, man. And you know, that's how the Lord do it. He removing that covering from this place, man.
it's on the dollar bill, man. Keep telling you these things. Man.
Yup.
Exalt thyself as the eagle. Go ahead.
Yup. And though thou set thy nest among the stars,
Among the stars in the firmament, space station, and among Israel.
mm-hmm.
You know, because we the real stars of Earth. You know, go ahead.
Thence will I bring thee down.
I will bring thee down. What do you think about what power can bring them down? What do you think about as we've been prophesying, chariots, angelic forces, man? Yahweh Shai being the main angelic force. He said, I will not meet thee as a man.
Yeah.
As angelic force. So they know that war is on the brink, even that war. But they're gonna lose miserably.
GMS Denver.
Shalom, GMS Dimmer. I'll buy to the few brothers, few sisters on the common boy. Y'all buy Shema Shai by Shemukakadash Barakatham. Shalom. Go ahead.
Thence I will bring thee down.
That's how I'm gonna bring them down, man. You know, because they base people anyway. They started like that. Most High, he created Edom to be the wicked. He created him in a base. Say, even though he was the older brother of Jacob, it said the elder shall serve the younger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so usually the brother gets the birthright. He gets the kingdom, so to speak, passed down to him, the elders. But Most High flipped it.
Yep. So even before Esau sold his birthright, it was already written that he was going to do that. That's why he spoke of that before they even came about. You know, he knew that was going to play out like that. Yep. So saith the Lord, verse 5, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night,
Thieves came to thee and robbers by night. Go ahead.
how art thou cut off?
Thou cut off. Go ahead.
Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
Yeah, because it said the thief is not come but to steal, and destroy. So, you know, they don't share the land. They don't, their profits by, riches and all that. They don't share. So there's no equality with them. There's no true judgment. There's no righteousness in them. Go ahead.
If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Will they not leave some grapes? So, we know what kind of spirit and what kind of people we're dealing with. Murderers, thieves, robbers, everything under the book, everything in the book, vow, base. So they don't care about how many bodies. They don't even care about who goes to war for them.
Yep.
As long as they preserve themselves, they don't. All that foreign stuff, they don't care about that, man.
And they show that. Trump was just talking about all that oil. He said, yeah, we might keep it. We might sell it back to them. Yeah, it's ours. That's how these people are, man. But at the same time, the law, they laws, Jake go steal a damn candy bar at the store, he a damn criminal. But they can steal 1.6 million barrels of oil, and it's like, oh, well, what you gonna do about it? These are how these people get down, man. But they want to accuse, Jake for the same things that they do, man. And they think it ain't gonna have no consequence because they got the weapons, man. But there is a consequence for that, man. It's bigger weapons coming. Weapons bigger than them. Verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
Yeah, because what it say about him, it said every one of his thoughts are deep, his inward God said that his kingdom continue, his house continue forever. He says, you know, who can it says every one of them, their heart is deep, their mind is deep, so who can search those things out? We could have never without the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Yahushua. You know, all this internet stuff, the unicorn, the Most High, got them to bring this out. I think it was created by a black man, if I'm not mistaken, or a black woman, or whatever. But
And that goes with the scriptures, you know. Jacob's the former of all things.
yeah,
Anything you see on the earth, we formed it. Because the Lord said he made the light, the darkness, good and evil. There ain't nothing on this earth that Yahweh Shema Shai don't got his hands on, man.
we control all things. So it says, you know, who can search who can search him out, man? How is these things revealed when they're so hidden and deep within the core of his mind? Go ahead. Shalom. So it's the brothers. Shalom. Go ahead.
Bringing it back. It's lucky, man. It's lucky.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 7, and it reads, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
Yeah, because the Most High is going to flip it and make them that were confederacy against him, confederate with, he's going to make them against you. Just like I said, they used Russia used to be an ally to America. A lot of these countries used to be America's allies. A lot of countries are starting to join the BRICS now, which is against America. You know, China's talking, always talking shit against America. You know, what do you call it? Brazil. You know, that's overtaken by, you know, the Edomites. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really the Edomites that's doing everything right now, and the power, bro.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Have deceived thee, man. They're gonna all turn on America. Then America is just a real indicating foundation of Edom. This is Basra. This is the capital of Edom, basically. Because you know, Edom came over here, wanted his own paradise, his own western world, away from the eastern world. You know, but everybody can't be here. All the Edomites can't be here.
Yep.
So they still remain in Berlin. And then you got the small hats. They're watching from over there in Israel because they want to still be the capital, try to be the capital of moralism concerning this Bible, but they're not the real people. People catching on to that too.
Yep.
But they're not the real people.
And the elites of them, a lot of them are in old Babylon, in Iraq, you know.
Yeah. They want to make this the foundation, but the Israel, the headquarters. Well, where they try to make the headquarters? Out in space, because they know this place is going
to get leveled, man. And I was conversating with the chat with R2D2 Chat GPT a little bit, and it tried to claim that there ain't nobody living in Babylon no more. Like all the prophecies in Isaiah 13 have already passed, but that don't make sense because it's fact that people still living in old Babylon. Small groups of people in colonies still live in old Babylon. So we know when it's talking about Babylon in Isaiah 13, it's talking about here. America, Babylon the Great, man. It's got to be talking about here. It wouldn't make no sense. With the rest of the prophecy, man. So it says, and prevailed against thee.
Prevailed against it, man. And who you think stirring up these nations to come against the Most High? You know, he said he's gonna stir up the Medes.
Yeah, that was the one I was gonna go to. Hey, I'm right up there. That's the spirit right there.
So in history, even going back to the Greeks, and there was kind of what would you call it? It wasn't, even though it was the Greek Empire, it was a lot of, and it influenced a lot of our people. our people influence them a lot too. Just like here in America, a lot of people are influenced by Jake over here in America. So they don't really, deem that as a poor, power, ultimate power system for them. Now and then it went to the Romans, and that got broken up with the Byzantine Empire, Holy Roman Empire. So this is the only place that they can completely devour Israel on a spiritual level, so to speak, psychologically, what have you, to where they really got a grasp of this can be their kingdom completely. And they're gonna, so what tops it all, and the cherry on top is the MOTB. And they didn't have no device back then on this level to where they could not only track, but they could pinpoint and designate people to conform, to make sure they're conformed to the system.
They even got frequencies where if they put certain frequencies in your way, it could cause you to have dreams, man. They doing all types of stuff, man.
Yeah.
But ain't none of that gonna work on the elect, man.
Yeah,
Ain't none of that gonna work.
You even had where it says in the scripture, we probably get that. I don't want to too much speak before, but it said there was wars fought with blood and rolling up of the garments, blood and garments, shield and buckler, but this is gonna be fought with a few of them. That's one of my favorite scriptures. I think it's Isaiah 9:7, 9:6, 9:5. Yeah. We'll get that though. Recap.
I'll go there next. So and rebelled against thee, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
And erosion, and infrastructure falling apart.
You got China buying up all the farmland. Canada, they own the power grid. So they like, go ahead, try to touch Greenland. We'll cut the power off here, man.
And you know what?
Give it a try.
China's not only linked with the BRICS, but China owns a lot here in America. I mean, everything is made in China in this place.
And that's because that Shanghai coalition in 2001, while Esau was trying to deceive Jake, they was moving, man. They was moving to try to be the next power, but they not. The Most High is gonna be the next power, man.
And I think partially that's why I believe partially that's what I believe that's why they partially they gave Japan reparations, partially because China is really kind of like the head of the so-called Asians. Asian people. They're the main guys, Moab and Ammon. So if you fuck with Ammon, you might be easily ruffling feathers with the China nation.
Yeah, with Moab.
Yeah.
And the Koreans, they could be either from either or, but they wanted them.
There's a lot of them. And there's a lot of Jakes sprinkled in there. Not a lot, but there's a few Jakes because they fought the Korean War. They were sleeping with Korean women.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of Jakes that got Korean
children. Yeah,
I mean, not Korean children, but Judite children through Korean women.
Yep. Yep.
Go ahead. Every war that Jake didn't fought.
Every war Jake
fought. We didn't fought the American Revolution. We didn't fought the Korea War. We didn't fought the German War.
Every
we
time,
got babies all over.
Every time Jake was getting boxed. Every time, man. They couldn't damn just stick with the program. Yeah, but hey, that's really what the Lord said. He said multiply. Yeah. So they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
No understanding in Edom, man. You don't understand why the Most High got to have everything play out.
Yeah.
But now he do, since his judgment is coming. He's like, can we play it out a little bit longer? He want to enjoy the movie a little bit longer.
Yeah. When you look that up in the NLT, it says that they basically, set traps for him, and it said you won't even know it. They don't even know. They don't know it, man. They're gonna get caught lacking, man. They don't know it. This is Isaiah.
It's lacking and lacking.
It's lagging and lacking, kind of lacking, huh? This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. where every battle of the warrior is with confused noise.
Yeah, you know about the movies 300 Troy, Braveheart, Clashing of the Shields, the Clashing of the Titans. What was that other movie like that?
You got Troy, Clashing of the Titans. You got Gladiator, of course. Braveheart.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Yeah, okay. I think that's about it.
Yeah,
Most of the
the
classics.
The classics.
In there.
You've seen them though. Indiana Jones was kind of like that. Right?
A little bit, yeah. It was just him though. Really, it wasn't no like big old battle.
But,
some of them Western old movies.
Yeah.
Whatever, shooting at each other, whatever. Civil War, all that. So garments rolled in blood. But this,
I think, if I'm not mistaken, it kept a lot of those garments because that's a victory of war. That's kind of like a souvenir of war. Like this is the garment of,
survived in this thing.
Defeated the Romans with this.
And they do that.
Even the Romans, going back to the Romans, clashing of shields and buckler and all that. The Iron Age, they're known for their iron.
Shoot, all of 70 AD when they was battling us in the Masada Mountains, man. But that was hard for them to beat us because we had an advantage. It was uphill. So that was a tough battle for them.
That's why I said the last strong.
But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Burning and fuel of fire. Man. That's definitely nuclear war. Fire. And they say we're gonna get that too. I'm just mentioning a little. Say they're gonna burn the whore with fire, burn her flesh with fire, man. That's what you do to a whore. It says, witch says a witch shall not live. You shall burn the witch. That's why they in Wizard of Oz, when the witch finally died, she melted. She was burning. They get that from the scriptures. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast.
Yeah, the beast is NATO, EU, North Alliance Treaty Organization, European Union, and you got all those unified European so-called countries. You got the heads of the beast. We know them like clockwork now. With Romans, the Greeks, Spain, Germany Major, Germany Minor, the French, British.
You said the Greeks too, dude.
Yeah, I said Greek. That's Spain. Yep, Britain, French, Germany Major, Germany Minor. Yep. Go ahead. And the 10 horns, which sometimes we call 10 toes, you already know. The Netherlands, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Germany, Portugal. Yep. Some of the old ones, the Visigoths, the Ostrogoths, the Burgundians, Vandals, Anglo-Saxons. Yep. Go ahead.
These shall hate the whore.
But now it's like 30 now. And I think even the Apostle said it's like even more on a technical level. It's even more. But, it used to be 10, now 29 to 30. So, now the beast is really that conglomerate. Now it's ready. The beast is striking. Yep. Go ahead.
These shall hate the whore.
These shall hate the whore, man. So that's what is happening now, man. And that's why Israel, America used, and that they play that card. Israel used America as a Christian ally, so to speak, religious tie ally. And America did the same with Israel, like the chosen people. So a lot of people, because they used to the Eastern teaching and Eastern world, especially when it comes to religion, they kind of play along with those cards. And they be like, well, we don't want to get involved with America and shit because they kind of like special in Israel. They you know, that's why the Pope come out here, he put spells on people.
Yeah.
And you know, and a lot of that stuff works. It
Yep.
works on the evil side too.
And you know, that's how, you know, when it says they'll hate the whore, you know that's got to be talking about America, because it's correlating back to Obadiah 1:1. You know, when it talk about rising up against her in battle.
Yeah,
You know,
it's what them Arab people started doing. And the name of jihad, so they started religiously coming up, you know, coming back at it, retaliating.
Yep.
Like, we believe in Allah, motherfucker. So what? Let's get it on.
Yep.
And they remember they did suicidal bombers and that. They blow up buildings like, and it calls in the Bible it calls Ishmael the wild man.
Yeah.
So he got Most High gave him a wild card too, as well as Esau. So,
Yep.
We get crazy too.
Yeah, started doing some crazy shit. Had their children
Yeah.
strapping up with bombs,
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
Crazy shit. So it says, and shall make her desolate and naked.
Desolate and naked. This place is going to be a desert, man. You know, and before it, spiritually too, taking away her moral, so-called moralism, a moral code, stomping down Christianity, stomping down all the democracy, political gameplay. People are finding that out. They be like, all right, fuck politics.
Yeah, like how you gonna listen to these damn plantation Christians at this point? They out there in the middle of the street, remixing, dropping like it's hot, talking about dropping for Christ or something.
Well, they became
they out of here, man.
And I looked at I Googled either GP chat Google. But I said why? But they don't know who the beast is. You know, they know now through GMS. But they, you know, they kind of gave a vague kind of definition of who the beast and the harlot was, and they said, but they did say some truth. They said the harlot, the beast is going to be hating the whore because, you know, they tied up her religious gameplay. You know what I'm saying? And they don't go by no religious standards. They ain't teaching Christianity. No, over there, they don't get it. They're like, we are the beast. Fuck all this Christianity shit. Fuck all so what does that say? America been doctrinized and watered down. They don't have that British spirit when they came over here and conquered lands. Now they trying to say follow Jesus. Jesus ain't real, motherfucker.
And that's why they did that too, because they don't like how the East is. The East is always tied with judgment.
Yeah.
The West is not there. The West, wrong judgment proceeded forth, man. So it's a completely different nation where they could be wicked at. That's why it's like that here, man. And that's why they hate this place, because they like, well, you ain't even really handling no business, man. You out here looking sloppy. Everybody knowing what you're doing. If you're gonna be wicked, at least make it where everybody know what you're doing, man. You know? So, and shall make her desolate and shall eat her flesh.
Like we said, it's more negotiation talk than it is striking.
Yeah.
You know, and America play that negotiation card. They don't tell people.
Yeah.
But they be like, please, just give us some more time.
Yeah, give us some more time. But no, y'all $38 trillion in debt, man. And you're stealing oil from other nations. And you shooting missiles at everybody.
And the citizens know. That's why it's going to be a civil unrest in this place.
Yeah. So when the Lord say knock, knock, who's there?
You got to answer.
You got to answer it, man.
That call, man.
The missiles is going to be there, man.
Yeah.
So shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Burn her with fire, man. Somebody else in the world.
No, that's the same.
Burn on the fire. Burn her with fire, man. What did it say about a witch? She shall burn. This place is hella witchcraft. You know, place has been dealing with witchcraft ever since it was built.
Huh?
Now it used to be something called a medicine man with our people, so-called Native Americans. Now it's every pharmaceutical drug, over-counter drug out there, man. They didn't lace this place with drugs, paraphernalia, and fentanyl and all those other drugs. Like we said, like it's been said, the drugs come from the main places drugs come from. The brothers mentioned it too. Canada and Colombia, no, Colombia and what's that other place? Colombia and Cuba.
Yep.
So how did it get here? Because of them. So they want everybody drugged up. A lot of these people that come against us is drugged up. They either drugs for real or drugged off this American doctrine and shit.
These Babylon Jews, man,
Mm-hmm.
thinking that they actually is being the Most High dealing with it.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. Verse 2, lift you up a banner upon the high mountain.
And we that banner, a spiritual banner right here. A high mountain, go ahead.
Exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
That's what his truth is at the gates of the nobles, man. That's why Trump, he listens to us. Putin listens to us. If China's trying to listen in, they got a interpreter, or they know English, so they know how to communicate. Go ahead.
Verse 3, I have commanded my sanctified ones.
That's his elect. That's his men. Go ahead.
I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger.
Yep.
Even them that rejoice in my highness.
Because what they did the same thing didn't they do the same thing with Canaan, land of Canaan? They had Most High had men to go out and scope it out. So we went over and take it over.
Yep, he sent the spies.
So we're measuring this place. We're scoping it out and measuring it for its judgment. It's right. Like, okay, yeah, it deserves judgment. Go ahead.
Verse 4, the noise of the multitude in the mountains. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people.
Go ahead.
A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
He's the Lord of hosts. He's the Lord of battle. Lord of army. He's the one that's mustering the battle, man. Go ahead.
Verse 5, they come from a far country.
Where you at,
Isaiah 13:5. Isaiah 13, verse 5, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. That's talking about America, man. That's why they going through World War III, man. That's why it's turning up. Them missiles is gonna hit over here, man.
Yeah, American citizens and American people are not going to fight against y'all. They're going to be pulverized. It's talking about over the Eastern world, man.
Yep. This place is gonna be nothing, man.
Yeah. They're gonna be fighting against each other and then try to fight against y'all to shot.
Yep. And when you look at Joel was seeing the same vision, man. Because he was talking about the missiles. You get around to verse 7, verse 8, it talks about when they fall upon the sword, they won't be hurt, which means what? They're gonna hit. And they're gonna detonate, man. When you look up that word sword, it's silah. And when you look up that word, it means missile, man. It's missiles in the Bible, man. Verse 6, how ye.
We're going to get those arrows that reach to the end of the world. Ain't no arrow being able to do that, but missiles.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Verse 6,
how ye.
Yep.
Like a wolf howl.
Yeah.
How ye.
Yeah.
How, man. Go ahead.
For the day of the Lord is at hand.
The day of the Lord is at hand. We told you that we're at the end of the world. And this proves it because prophecies are moving. And it's going to be moving fast and fast. A snowball effect, domino effect, they call it. Next thing you know, we're going to be in the kingdom, most I will. It's going to be fast. It even says, Satan, I beheld Satan falling as lightning. Quick. You know how quick lightning strikes down? Go ahead.
It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
From the Almighty, man. Only He could be that type of destruction, man. You know, you don't never hear talk about destruction in this place. Because that word destruction, everybody knows what that means. That's like, oh, that's catastrophic. That ain't just no little shit.
And every other so-called religion out here, they never talk about America being destroyed, man. You know, I've had conversations with certain people that they say they believe in everything. They take little bits and pieces of everything that people taught them. I said, did any of them ever teach you that America was Babylon the Great and it's going to get destroyed through missiles? He said, nope. Ain't nobody teaching that, man.
And you know what that
Ain't
implies?
nobody teaching you that.
That implies people lovers of themselves because they don't want to get destroyed.
Yep.
But you can destroy all the Eastern
Yeah.
world and the Arabs and
Yeah,
all
you
that.
can bomb them, you can shoot missiles at them,
Don't
but
come over here because I'm here.
come on,
You
man.
ain't nobody in the book, man.
Come on, man.
Go ahead.
2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow.
Yeah, you can go one before that.
2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 12. And it reads, the earth quaketh and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled. And the fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of his power.
Before the Lord and before the glory of power. That's how much power the Lord has.
Amen.
You don't have to be none for these measly, especially these heathens. You don't got to do nothing for the 2/3 of Israel. But He promised His elect that He would do things of His promise. Go ahead.
Verse 13, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the
So
world.
who we finding out that orchestrating these battles? The Most High. He musters the battle. He stirred up the spirits of the Medes against this place. You know, He stirred up every battle that ever since been in the world. He had, what did He say about us and our curses? He said, I'll send your enemies against you.
Yep. Then you should not be able to escape them. That's Jeremiah 11:11, man. Who you think that enemy was?
And Deuteronomy.
Yep. Who you think that enemy was, man? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, man. That was the enemy. Now we can't get away from him, man.
And he had the sword to do it.
Yep.
Most High put the sword in his hand. Make sure he had the military might
Yep.
to do it.
We can't get out of here, man, without Yahweh shot.
So now what's happening, what we're going to find out soon, that these other nations have military might like America.
Yep.
Like the so-called white man. Go ahead.
Verse 14, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again
Now return again. Go ahead.
until they come upon the earth.
And that's an ultimate plague against this place, the missiles. That's a pestilence, man. You know? Because it got that sulfur, you know what I'm saying? It got ingredients of the elements in there.
Mm-hmm.
Most High, it have the elements to destroy the elements. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them.
The Russians are being stirred up against Earth, America. Go ahead.
And I just did a lesson on this too, going into comparison to the ancient Medes that were part of the Japhetic tribes. And then you have Esau, Edom now that is the modern day Medes. And there's no distinction between them being related. That's how you know it's talking about Esau now. You know? It ain't talking about the ancient Medes. You know? It's a whole different, it's a 1,400 plus year gap of a whole new different Medes, man. And they came out what? During the 1800s? What's that? Right at the end of the Renaissance era, man. You can't fool history, man.
Well, you know, America is taking upon themselves. They know they're taking upon themselves the spirit of Egypt because they got it on their dollar bill.
Oh yeah.
And they do heavy practices of Egypt right here in America.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because the Egyptians were them Canaanites, them so-called Africans.
Yeah.
They were doing not animal sacrifice, but human sacrifice. They were doing children molestation. They were doing all that there.
And the head of Horus and all that. And,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
A lot of it's mixed with Greek mythology.
You know, sacrificing the Molech.
Yeah, that's why they wear them moose head, whatever, the
Yep.
animal heads,
Yep.
androgynous demons.
Yep. They sacrifice the Molech, man.
Yeah, and in the Revelation is called spiritual Sodom and Egypt, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know it's dealing with spiritual stuff.
And you know that's them because that's what Astro World was, man. A sacrifice to Molech, man. That's what they do here. All these customs are ancient customs that they're doing, man.
What they say? Nothing new under the sun.
Nothing new, man.
Go ahead.
So behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
So the angel do his bidding, saying, Lord, I'll go down there and stir it up. And you know, the king of the heart is in the Most High's hand. So even if they wanted to not push the button, Most High gonna make them push the button. It's gonna be angels in their head and shit. Like, nah. Or they gonna provoke. Something's gonna be provoked. America might do some silly ass shit at a movie.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, as soon as they leave, the meeting is over, they're gonna be like, fuck that, we're gonna bomb it.
Yep. Because usually America used to be able to do a negotiation to give them a bribe. They don't want that no more, man.
Their spell is wearing off.
They don't want that no more, man. They want blood. You know?
Go ahead.
Their bows, verse 18, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces. And they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb.
Come on, man. That's babies, man. Coming out the womb.
Yep.
They ain't got, and you know what? They didn't have pity on our people, our babies. They were having our children pick cotton, stumping our children when they came out the womb, dashing them up against the stone. So guess what? You reap what you sow. He that lead in captivity shall also go in captivity. You killed with the sword, thou must be killed with the sword. Patient faith of the saints. Go ahead.
Their eyes shall not spare children.
No, see, there you go. Their eyes shall not spare children. So if you, even in time of Jacob's trouble, you got your little babies, oh, I got a child, but she's pregnant. They ain't gonna care about that.
They're not gonna care about none of that, man.
You know? And a lot of you Edomites are gonna be running to Jakes. That's gonna have that spirit to be like, we don't give a damn about that.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a lot of people eating their damn children, man, because of famine, man.
Cannibalism. So, and it shows a story of that woman, two women and their children, their babies.
They're kids. They're the kids, man. How much more now? Because back then we were a lot more, physically inclined in the earth. The air was fresher. The food was better. You know, the water was pure.
And you got it.
So your mind was more inclined with, the spirit.
Yeah, and come on, you got women not even wanting to have children, and then at time of Jacob's trouble might come, into the famine, they might have like eight children. Then they got to do a mini mighty mo. You my favorite, mama. You told me you was favorite. No, and then the children shut up, and she got to figure out which one to eat first.
And that's what we're saying. Like back then, if they was bugging out. And we actually were more spiritually inclined with the earth. We were stronger because everything gets weaker through age. How much more people gonna panic now, man?
Yeah, and this is sane people, the Christian people. They gonna be bugging out.
They gonna be the main
They already
one.
bugged out.
Yeah,
with that Christianity and American Christian, so it don't take nothing for them to chop up somebody and eat them.
Yeah, they gonna be doing all types of shit like that.
Yeah. And you don't see Christianity fighting against bestiality in the States.
Nope.
I ain't never heard no Christian church fight against bestiality.
Nope. You ain't never heard. All they do is say, come to Christ and he loves you. They don't never talk about the war going on. They don't tell you, the stuff that's going on with the Epstein files. They don't talk about none of that, man.
Yeah.
They don't talk about none of that. All they do is talk about some, fight the sin or whatever. What is the sin?
And that's evil. That's evil because you're making it seem like the Bible has no relevance to this time.
Yeah, connection to this time and stuff. Like all you got to do is just believe in Jesus, and you're gonna get gonna go through the rapture and you gonna get out of here. But we already seen there's a whole lot of people waited on the rapture. Look, y'all, they still here. A lot of them felt like some dumbasses after they sold their damn car for $2. Retard. If you know you're leaving, why would you even care to sell your car to somebody? Why would you if you're supposed to be getting raptured up and you're supposed to be the righteous, why would you be nice and sell your car to somebody who you're thinking is wicked that's not gonna get raptured? It's retarded as shit.
You know what? And that's that last charity move.
That's retarded.
Lord,
as
I
shit.
gave somebody my car.
Now that motherfucker riding around in your shit. But you need to ride to work, like.
Oh, the rapture didn't happen. Can I get that back?
Motherfucker said, this number has been disconnected. This is Isaiah 13, verse 19, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms.
Glory of kingdoms, because this is the glory of all the kingdoms. That's why this is Syria. That's why this is spiritual Sodom and Egypt.
Yep.
This is Nineveh.
Yep.
This is Rome all over again.
Yep. Greece.
So
Yep.
all that the glory of those kingdoms right here in this place is coming not, man.
Yep.
They most likely gonna destroy all of it in this capsule right here.
Yep.
Go ahead.
The beauty of the Chaldees' excellency.
Yeah, because what was Chaldeans known for? The last stronghold of Babylon, and they practiced heavy witchcraft.
Yep. And literally.
Go ahead.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I was mentioning Nebuchadnezzar. That's why. Yeah, that's why he brought his soothsayers and his magicians and all that against Daniel. But what did they end up doing? Getting shot because they couldn't interpret the dream. So that spell and that witchcraft is fake. They can't interpret shit no more. That's why they gotta watch the prophets. Like, what are the prophets? Turn that TV back on. What are they talking about?
Yep. And they basically took all the names that were like sorcery. They took that and made them astrologers. It's the same thing. They just changed the name. You know, you got a dollar analyst that say, oh well, you do this and do this. Your projections of the year of your profit margin is gonna be this much, and they always base it off of what Jake gonna do. Yeah. Like, we got this many Jake brainwashing this area. You gonna make this much money.
I'm glad you said that.
They always do that.
What does astro go back to? Stars, like astronaut.
Yep.
So they into that alignment just like Israel. You had the Issachar. He was good with constellation. So they got men on the left-hand side that keeps up with that type of stuff too. Yep. That's why they're talking about the alignment with the planets.
Yep.
And then the blood moon is coming in. It's going to be on the Purim.
Yep.
In the day of Purim.
Yep. March 3rd.
Yep. So they keep up with that stuff. You know, they'll make videos about that.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they know what's going on, man. And
they
then
keep up with it.
And then on April 1st, right when the Passover started, you got the pink moon, man, which is a light of red, man. Hey, the Lord is lining this stuff up so you can see. Hey, knock, knock.
Yep.
Guess who there?
Yep. Hey,
boy, man.
Yep. And you know what? That final knock is gonna be with Yahweh Shai. They're gonna open the door. That water Yahweh Shai. He gonna come. What they say? He gonna travail like he gonna shout like a travailing woman.
Yeah, man.
He gonna what it say too. He gonna
cry like a travailing woman and devour at once.
Yeah, and it say traveling great in his strength.
Yep.
Excellency of his strength, paraphrasing.
Yeah.
And he said, that's why even on a spiritual level, he said, when he knocks, you better open up the door.
Yeah, and he was talking about Esau. He said he had all that strength and stuff.
Yeah.
But hey, when Yahweh shall knock on that door, man, everybody gonna be underground. Ain't nobody gonna be there to answer the door. He gonna kick the door open. He ain't gonna be no, they gonna be underground, hiding like a motherfucker.
That's why they got they already got them underground caverns that hold 1 million. China over there, they hold a million people. Yeah. They a billion strong. They a billion plus strong though. What about the rest of China?
Yeah.
What we gonna have
you know? And then and that's how you know, man. Like you know the structure coming here. Like, people be looking at us like we crazy. What the fuck is all these bunkers out here for then, man? Why has they got all these bunkers? Oh, that's from World War II. No, it's not, man. And a lot of these bunkers are new luxury bunkers, man.
And America the same. They hold 1 million people. A capacity of these bunkers. What about America's 300 million strong? Plus, what's gonna happen to the rest of the America?
Gonna be the fuel of the fire, man, as the scriptures say. Saith the Lord.
Go ahead.
In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms,
Glory of kingdoms. Go ahead.
the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency.
Yeah, and that's like I said, the witchcraft and the stronghold. This is the last stronghold of Edom, the last leg of Rome. This is the exercising of that beast that was stout with more stout than his neighbor.
And also it said they do it through their calendars, man. They real big on their calendars, man. That sorcery is tied in with that calendar, man. That's why they always do Halloween on the 31st. They always do Christmas on the 25th. They always do New Year.
That's why the Most High is gonna flatten this place, because none of that shit is gonna matter.
Yep.
What it say? All the heavens shall be on fire. They're gonna melt.
Yep. Fervent heat.
Yep.
Shall be is when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
What happened with Sodom and Gomorrah? Fire and brimstone came out on Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yep.
So what is this place filled with? A lot of sodomy, man.
Yep.
You know, sodomites get more rights than the average person in this place. That's bugged out.
Yeah, man.
So it's gonna rain fire on this place.
Yep.
With missiles.
Yep. And like we said, this can't be talking about old Babylon because there's people still living in old Babylon right now. This would match right here. When I said to ChatGPT, he said, you're right.
Yeah.
He tried to say something else.
Yeah, and where's the military excellency of the Chaldeans? They gave up Babylon without a fight.
Right? But
So,
this new Babylon talking about America, America like Scarface. That missile's gonna be shot back over there. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be an exchange. You know what I'm saying?
because they're gonna, you can see Trump trying to get to that button. They didn't push. They didn't push the button. Push it. Get it back. Push it back.
Push it back now.
Put up the what is that? The super golden. No, that's Israel with the golden dome. Put up. What is this called? Over here, the defense missile system.
Oh, the gold dome.
The gold dome. I thought that was Israel. What's with Israel?
No, they got the Iron Dome.
The Iron Dome.
Yep.
So put up the gold dome. And I'll put up that force field, so to speak.
Yep. To send up them flares to mess the missiles up. But it ain't gonna happen because you got to remember, like it said, Great Britain. When you look in Jeremiah 50 verse 12, it said they'll be sore confounded. They'll be ashamed of this place, like we see it. And it said that they gonna shoot missiles at this place too, and they got a lot of control over here, man. They got a lot of control. They got connections with Canada. And Canada's got the power grid. They might not even be able to get to shoot that many missiles off.
Well, yeah.
They ain't gonna get that. Man.
Like we keep telling the American citizens, apostles, elders, bishops, Trump is controlled, man.
Yeah.
He listens. He's not his own man, and that's what America failed to believe.
Yeah.
They think Trump is a king with his own power.
Yeah, he just a pawn, man.
He's just a pawn, man.
He just there to tell you what they told him to tell you. Yeah. That's it, man.
He reading the prompter card.
Yeah, he the guy on front of the KFC building, man. He just a face. He's just a representative, man. He's an ambassador. He ain't nobody, man. But verse 20, it shall never be inhabited.
Never be inhabited. This place is gonna be ground zero. Never be inhabited. It ain't gonna be coming to rebuilding this place.
Yep.
What resources is gonna be building with? This place gonna be ash. Ashy Larry, like
Ain't no lotion gonna fix that, man.
Can't lotion this place.
Nah, you can't put no bomb on this motherfucker.
And the scripture's gonna still apply.
Yeah.
How can the ashes be proud? Look at you.
Yeah.
These ashes.
Yeah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation.
Generation.
How are there people still in Babylon today? In the same region, because they tried to say, oh well, the actual place of Babylon is actually ruined. No, it's not. It's still colonies living in there to the day.
Yeah, and they would have put up trenches around that Babylon. So make sure people won't go in there.
Yep, and that's how you know ChatGPT be lying unless you tell it that it's lying. It lied like a motherfucker. And I went and got the damn.
And they'll respond, okay, you
Yeah,
got me.
yeah, I got the damn article and showed it. He said, yeah, that's actually historically. You knew that was correct, motherfucker.
See?
Get out of here,
And
man.
that's why them bug outs, when they come against GMS, like come against the apostles be pointing out stuff at the blue letter that ain't right. So we don't go off the blue letter completely.
You
We
know?
use the blue letter for a resource.
Yeah,
But they call the blue letter out too.
yeah.
Nothing's
Like-
above this truth. Man.
Yeah, it be off. It's going off right here, and that's what they do. They try to mix a little bit in that bullshit with the truth, so they can counteract when that real prophecy come out.
Yeah, like Apostle Ramla brought up how they say about Edom and stuff. They go off on that.
Because it said Esau was done away with, and then I said, okay, well, it said right here they're gonna get destroyed because it said they ruling right here and whatnot. And then he said, well, only the elites that can get saved. An individual Edomite, he can have a chance to get saved. Well, if they all done away with, then how does that add up? Why would you even explain that if they already gone? You know what I mean? Like that thing know it be
See,
lying.
there's no
He lying
escape.
like
There's
motherfucker.
no escaping out of this truth.
At all.
And what it points to and what it implies, it got to be direct meaning.
Yep.
So they gonna stop saying that the Arabs are the Edomites. They're gonna stop saying all this bull because it's gonna be true. The truth is gonna be overwhelming.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there.
Yeah, they ain't gonna have no 7-Eleven stores here anymore, man. You know, no convenience stores. All them. What's another one of them? The on-cue. Convenience, 7-Eleven.
Yeah. 7-Eleven's on cue. You got
The hot dog.
Quick Stop.
Yeah, the liquor stores.
ain't
and
no
stuff
Buc-ee's
like that.
gonna be in no more.
Yeah,
None of that shit. Be out of here. Neither shall the shepherds make their bold there.
So it's going down in the Babylon town. You know, you're in the movie. It ain't a theater near you. You in the theater. You in the movie. You know what I'm saying? You part of the because you're gonna either be missile food or you're gonna be caught up for being missile food. You know, we said we were gonna give a scripture.
I was just going into
Go to Basra that real quick. That's the Basra scripture. I got a sacrifice in Basra. Because they said that's the old Basra. No, man, this is the Basra. America's Basra. What was Basra? Capital Edom?
Yep.
Well, this is the capital Edom.
Yep.
You know? You think, like you said, you think they want to be a part of the Eastern world? They want their own world.
Yep.
Capitalized here in America. That's why they won't let the Negro be equal here. I mean, one reason, well, they are enemies. But another reason, they don't want us to have so much to where it doesn't seem like it's theirs. You know, that's why a lot of Atlanta is all sodomized out because they'll let them pride in that, but they sodomize.
Yep. And they try to make it seem like it's they need human rights. Like being a sodomite is not an ethnicity. It's a morality thing. You don't need rights. You're not supposed to be having rights to be wicked like that. What's wrong with this place, man? This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 6. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness.
Yeah, because the Lord got a sacrifice. Like, you know, like they use Yahweh as a sacrifice. Well, this is going to be a sacrifice.
Yep.
And what do you do with the sacrifice? You take you burn it. You know what I'm saying? And you put it on the altar. You burn it. It's
Yep.
your altar.
Yep.
Go ahead.
That's what it said in Isaiah 19. Yep. And with the blood of lambs and goats.
What did Isaac do? When he first, to sacrifice, Abraham to sacrifice Isaac, he bound him. He put him on the altar, right? But the angel stopped him. But America's going to be bound. It's going to be trapped where it can't do anything no more, and it's going to be put on the altar and burnt as a sacrifice.
And just like it said, it spoke of Isaac carrying the wood, man. That's what we doing. We carrying this burden. We carrying this cross, man.
Which is a resemblance, a reflection of Yahweh Shai
Yep.
carrying that cross.
Yep.
Because he was Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
Yeah, the cross is elders brought out.
Yeah. I knew you was gonna throw that in there. But yeah, you know, like after Yahweh Shai did that, we had to do it. You know?
So, and our cross is not as heavy as his. He said his word is light,
Yeah.
his joke is easy.
Not at all.
So, you know, but we're gonna be, you know, we might have to go to prison or something. But you know, really, that's not something that's not above the common man. Many men have gone through that, you know, in prison like that. So
That's how you know this the last time, because that's how it's supposed to be carried out. It was supposed to be, you know, Yahweh Shai, and then his men would have to go through that same portion of that burden.
yeah,
You know?
who knows? You probably did something crazy in your past life. You gotta pay for this life.
Yeah.
So that's you're gonna be happy. Like I'm glad I paid
Yeah.
for that.
Pay my due.
Pay my due.
That is unpayable, man. You know, the Lord is gonna finish it off for you.
Now you get a pass of righteousness.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra.
You get a righteous pass. Like I'm one of the righteous. You tell everybody and all that. Hey, call up everybody.
You call your mom and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's nice, honey.
Well, ain't nobody gonna be around. You gonna be in the kingdom. Most High will. You know, your parents gonna have to come through your loins or whatever.
Yeah, you know?
Ain't nobody gonna be cutting the car. You gonna call your brother. You know?
Yeah. You know?
Well, Yahweh Shai, Most High will. Go
Yep.
ahead. Read it again.
It says, for the Lord have a sacrifice in Basra.
He has a sacrifice in Basra. And Basra, what does that mean?
I'll go to it real quick, the blue letter.
I think that's where you get Sabbat from, if I'm not a sacrifice. You know?
Yeah, we're going to it. You got
Nah, but yeah, I don't think it means, but you know, the word Sabbat means sacrifice. I think like sheepfold.
Yep, it says sheep. Yeah, sheepfold or
Sheepfold.
portraits.
Yeah. So what it said is he said mentioned something about the shepherd being here. You know? So all that's gonna be burnt up together,
Yep.
all this the shepherd and his sheepfold.
Yep, the root word says an enclosure.
Yeah.
You know?
Portraits or closure.
Yep.
So and what did we call these people? Sheep the sheep. What do we call them? Sheep led to the slaughter. We call them, you know. So America's sheep is going to become desolate with this place.
You know, and that kind of correlates with, you know, our people, man. 2/3 of our people are supposed to be sheep,
Yeah.
but they're goats, man.
Yeah.
But they are supposed to be righteous, but that's how they gonna pay for it, man. They gonna be guilty by association because they ain't calling out the atrocity of what Esau's doing here, man. You know. So and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
The land of Idumea, which is a Greek word for Edom, right here. The practices of the Greek Empire that influenced our people was great, and then wicked root came from there, right? The Lucius Empire, which is Antiochus Epiphanes. Yeah, they got a church of Antioch right up the street. Antioch comes from Antiochus. But they would Greek going back to Hellenistic, even during the Hellenistic time. And that same influence is here on our people today. So that was a deep spirit going back to that. With the Greeks and the Romans, you know. What else with the Greeks? You got the Maccabean revolt. They're scared of revolt here today. You know, and you know you had the time of this basically like a civil war with Vespasian, Titus.
Yeah.
You know, and burning down the temple, and you know Vespasian and his sons, Domitian and Titus, and it was Nero that came out of the Claudian and Julian Julian-Claudian dynasty. I think it was the last ruler of the Julian-Claudian dynasty. So that was during the time of the Roman and the feathers, the 12 feathers. So that was a real heavy time against our people, like it is today, even all the way where Yahweh Shai was crucified by the Romans. So in like manner, they doing that today with the crucifixion, crossing Yahweh Shai out, his word, his prophets, and what they're trying to do to us, you know, and the exercising of this power. That's why we know this is the last leg of Rome.
And when them missiles hit, it's gonna be like, you know, it ain't gonna be just all just get shot at once because it's coming from different ends of the earth. You know, it's gonna be some groaning in there, man. It's gonna be some gnashing of teeth because you gonna know the city next to you is completely destroyed and yours is next. You know?
Yeah, you're gonna be watching the news and you're gonna see your house on the news. That's me.
Like, it's a missile coming straight from there. Like, oh shit.
That's wild.
It's right here in Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 51, and the point is in 32, but it's Jeremiah 51 verse 30. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight.
They don't want to fight.
Nope.
So they wish they was little babies so they wouldn't have to fight.
Yeah, man, you're gonna see a whole lot of these college kids when they talk about getting drafted to that war. A lot of them ain't gonna want to go, man. A lot of them gonna be like, shit, throw me in jail. They ain't gonna go to that war, man. They have forborne to fight. They have remained in their homes.
They remained in their homes.
They ain't coming in there.
I mean, Lord of the Rings when that I think it was 300. It was either Lord of the Rings or 300. He put on a woman's garment, so he went because they knew women didn't go to war, so he would hope people would mistake him as a woman, and when they stripped his garment off and he was exposed as a man, they took his shekels and everything and kicked his ass. You're not even worthy to live. Well, actually, I think Leonidas said, "May you live." Well, he was talking about another thing, but
Yeah.
remember that sort of what was that hunchback dude? He said, "Leonidas, go to the oracle."
Oh yeah, yeah.
That Heine or something like that.
Yeah.
And, how you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
All right.
My wife and I always see you here on Sunday afternoons. So what is it that you're doing?
We're teaching the Bible
Oh.
and concerning things going on like the war.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
War with you know, what's going on with Israel and America and
I
Iran.
see.
And that's in the Bible, so we're just teaching the
I see.
Bible
Okay.
and God,
All right.
righteous ways of being established in the earth.
All right. Good to know.
Just as a question, what do you think about the war? What do you think about what's going on?
I mean, the war that just started in
Yeah.
Iran. Well, from what I know, Khomeini was a very bad person, and he treated his people just from what I read. Yeah. No in-depth knowledge. But it seems to me that the U.S. Iran, like maybe if we do think it's best for them to form a new government, we should help them do that, not just kill the bad guys if he's a bad guy. So,
And when you say freedom, do you mean like America has the authority and the right to do that?
no,
No, because that's what America. I mean, often when America gets involved with war, they
we know best.
yeah.
We have the answers.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe that at all.
Okay. So you believe it's a plan, equal plan field that other nations can be involved. You know, in their right to establish something.
Yeah.
Not only for themselves, but you know, play a part in it too.
And I'm very concerned about the degradation of our democracy
Okay.
in the United States right now.
Because what you think it's fraudulent?
Well, I think that there's people that don't like our democracy.
Okay. For what
It-
reason do you think?
I think because they want power for their own reasons. They want power and money.
So democracy has nothing to do with it. Has nothing to do with
Well, I would say probably, but I do think that most people are good, and the value of democracy is you have a lot of people saying that it's good, and they can do it in an unobstructed way by going to the polling places and voting. So you think that works good? But I think that it will. And I think that it's better than many alternatives, including dictatorships. I think that we've been lucky. Our system of voting has been good and not fraudulent. And I think that there are people now that want to say that our system of voting is corrupt. I don't think it is corrupt. And I think there are people, Republicans and Democrats, who have looked closely and decided, no, it's not generally fraudulent or corrupt. And I would say basically things have worked pretty well for 250 years. And I want them to.
One last question.
Yeah.
As America has response and made action, or ill acts against humans, regarding slavery, things in practice according to God, it has nothing to do with the rehabilitation of those things that have been unanswered.
Yeah.
With,
Yeah, I think that in this country, the European settlers, recent European settlers, have done many bad things, and we should acknowledge those and go on and try to make things better with respect to slavery, which was obviously a horrible thing, and things that we did, say, to the Japanese in World War II, with the internment camp.
How do you do that?
Well, what I think is you support our constitutional democracy and everyone's right to vote, and
So by voting,
by voting.
we know how long that takes.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Yeah.
And it's not a perfect system.
Yeah.
But I think it's better than the alternatives. I believe in peaceful protest, which is another thing that can be done. But when I see things being done to hide our European settlers who promulgated slavery, when I see that they're trying to whitewash that in the Smithsonian and in public parks, I think that's a very bad thing.
Well, for one last word, I know you talked about the Japanese. They gave them reparations.
Well, yes.
That's what's documented.
Yeah, that's right.
So they have to give the slaves reparations. So as long as it's not done orderly and it's not even handled today in any kind of form or way, even when it comes to voting, that's not on the forefront. And then we got war, and then all these other issues come up. So there's a lot of things to be answered immediately. The way America has to, involved in or answer to, and that puts that more on the back burner. So that'll never happen.
Yeah.
You know, and
I agree.
so it just doesn't make any sense. And but biblically, you know, it makes sense how you know what we teach because we teach about what do you call it? You reap what you sow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's what says in the Bible. He that leads in captivity shall go into captivity.
Yeah.
He that kills with the sword must.
Yeah. So if if you're a country and you've done that, the Bible clearly states if you put people into slavery, you have to go into slavery.
Yeah.
That's the Bible.
Yeah. I agree.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
And we can't do it. Who are we?
Yeah.
We're saying the Most High is saying this is what's about to happen. That's what he said. We ain't saying it. We telling everybody what he's saying. That's what he said. So it ain't got nothing to do with us. We just messengers. We just coming to
Don't
we just
kill
come,
the messenger.
yeah, we just coming to
That's
serve.
right.
We just come to serve the favorites. That's it.
Well, good luck. It's
Yeah,
nice
man.
to talk to you.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
All right.
too, man.
All right, come on, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, man.
Might be.
But
He agrees with us.
Yeah.
Says America,
He's one of us.
says America is not doing nothing right.
You heard it out. Hey,
You heard it from yours truly. They ain't doing nothing right.
eat him or not eat.
He might be because
He just told the truth about
yeah.
it. Anyway.
Oh yeah. Might go sit down and do a little lesson on that.
Yeah.
I got to run the camera and stuff. All right.
Yeah.
We have 102. We have 126. So this is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 30. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight.
Yeah, they don't want to fight.
Nope.
And that's what even apostles, elders mentioned.
They don't want to fight.
I don't want to fight. Don't send me out there.
They don't want to fight.
What are they doing to it? Video games,
Oh yeah.
partying, living the good life. They don't want to be interrupted. Go ahead.
They have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holes.
Man in their hoes. Go ahead.
Their might have failed.
Their might have failed.
They have become as women.
They have become as quick.
Weaker vessels, man. Not able to protect themselves from what is about to happen, man. There ain't no protection coming from these missiles, man.
See, it's not winter no more. It's that people are coming out. How you doing?
What's going on?
How y'all doing?
All right.
Good.
What is over here? What is this?
We're just teaching the Bible, man.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Are you
just
guys?
teaching righteousness to be established on earth.
Oh, okay. Sorry if I'm interrupting.
No,
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You guys like a Christian, like denomination?
No, we're teaching our people that they are the real Jews.
What is that?
That the Jews, the people that's calling themselves Jews over there in Israel, right?
Okay.
Yeah, they're not the Jews. So we're teaching our people that they are the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and the Israelite foreigners.
I like your sorry. I keep looking at your. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
musical symbol.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, but that's all because this place is filled with corruption and wickedness.
Yeah, I would disagree. Especially on college campus.
It's like it's not like a color thing. It's like a bloodline thing. Your seed line has to come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. To be considered an Israelite. And the Israelites, we were scattered throughout the earth, so we don't have a certain dwelling place. That's why Paul and them spoke about that. They were basically in captivity. They didn't have a military. They didn't have resources. They were just kind of just out there.
That's why we're teaching about this World War III. It's in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
What is can I ask a question? You
Go
mentioned your people. What am I a part of your people or includes your?
What's your father?
My father was black.
Yeah. Most likely you are. The so-called black people on this tribe of Judah.
Mhm.
But
But-
the rest of the nations,
Mm-hmm.
tribes of Israel, West Indians, Puerto Ricans,
Mm-hmm.
Cubans.
Yep. Native Americans. Guatemala, Panama is Zebulon. Issachar, Mexicans, so-called Mexicans, because these names are just constructs that were, created, by, Esau, and
My mom is not on this list. I'm actually mixed, so I'm 50% in.
There's no such thing as mixed.
Yep.
You are what you'll see. A good analogy is we always start with our teachers, apostles, and elders.
yeah,
An orange tree, a seed of an orange, no matter where you plant it, it's an orange. It can't be an apple and an orange at the same time.
Yeah.
So your seed, the seed of the fathers is what the child is.
Yep. Like on the Murray show, did they ever say you are the mother? No, it's always you're the father.
You are your father.
You're the father. Because
Even the Son of God said you are your father, the devil.
Yep.
Yeah,
He was a murderer from the
Yeah,
beginning.
he didn't say you're of your mother. It's, yeah,
that's a very unique role in the procreation, of course.
But the thing is, your mother could be an Israelite too. What's your mother?
She's white. She's from, I think her descendants from Ireland. And
Yeah, she could be an Israelite because
Yeah.
we had people over there in Ireland.
Yep.
We ruled Europe for 1,000 years. Just because your skin color may look like a so-called white person, that don't mean your lineage goes back to you.
Yep.
so it's not like a race thing.
It's not like it
No.
is a race thing, but it's not a color thing.
Yeah, it's not a cut thing. It's a bloodline thing.
You can be like white and still be,
You still be a descendant of the Israelites if your father is on one of these charts. And really, it said we go by the spirit. You test the spirit. If you resonate with the truth, then
Like the one way we taste it, and this is kind of a little bit physical, but how you like your meat?
medium rare, I guess.
Medium rare.
Okay.
You leaning toward how you like yours, man. Medium
Okay.
rare, kind of leaning.
yeah, and it's not like
that
a
doesn't truly indicate that you
Yeah.
like,
yeah, but Edom, that's what they sold their birthright for, is a morsel of meat, and it was like raw meat,
red meat.
red meat. That's the customs of Esau.
And according to our customs, we're not supposed to eat anything of the blood. 'Cause
Yep.
The scriptures say life is in the blood, so don't eat the blood.
Yep,
Yeah, that makes sense.
that's
Can
the
I ask
custom.
you guys what you think about Jesus Christ?
Like, first of all, in Revelation 1 and 13, you'll find out he was a so-called black man, a Negro.
Mhm.
He was in the regional places of melanated people, which is Israel, even the surrounding places like Babylon and India and
Mhm.
Pakistan. Those are all the melanated people.
Yep.
Sure, he was in the Middle East. I
Yes.
understand that.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not asking about his race necessarily, but what do you guys think about him? Is he a creation? Is he a part
And
of
his name is
creation?
not Jesus because J's wasn't invented until what? the
1524.
So
Like the original Greek
yeah.
and Aramaic.
Yeah.
So Jesus
that's a
is
whole thing. I understand.
Yeah.
Jesus is that Serge Boucher character that they paint that looks like a rock star. He's not the son of God.
And it would only make sense because when you go into Leviticus, the 13th chapter, it talks about leprosy. That's like your pigment. They called that a curse.
Yeah.
So there's no way that the son, the Messiah could look like that. And Paul said it was shame for a man to have long hair, and he has long hair. So that's not biblically correct, because like he said in Revelation, the elder said in Revelation 1:18, 1:13.
Scriptures say.
Yeah, you want
I
to
just quoted.
go go to it? Okay.
Yeah, I quoted
Yeah.
right quick.
Yeah, let me.
Do you believe that Jesus was like created though? Like, is he the word of God sent down from God?
Yeah, he's the first creature created from God.
I know you pulled up the chapter and verse, but you also pull up Revelations 5:13 after that.
We know what she's doing, man. There's no refuting
Yeah.
the truth, man. Like we're the fact is we'll just go ahead go to the,
Revelations 1
Yeah.
and 13. Started 12. And I turned to the voice that spake with me, and being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks that represent the churches of God.
Yep.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to his foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool. Now the anti-Christians, the American Christians say they ain't talking about his hair. But it is. It says, and he likened to a sheep. A sheep got woolly hair. That's the difference between a goat and a sheep. Theirs is more laid down. The sheep got woolly hair.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, and his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. So grayish to white, fully white. which represents wisdom.
Mhm.
It says, and his eyes were like a flame of fire,
Mhm.
and his head and his hairs was, and his feet like to fine brass as they burn in the furnace. You burn brass. And again, the so-called Christian, they say this is a figuration. This is a vision or something like that. And if it's a true vision, that means he's gonna look like that for real. Because when he was born, he was seen of men, and when he returns, he's gonna be seen of men, because it said every eye shall see him.
And you would say Moses is one of the children of the Most High, right? You say Moses is the children of God, right? Right?
Well, yeah, you'd have to pull up the chapter.
Just Moses. He was
He-
one who led the Israelites out of Egypt. You know that, right? So that means he would have to be a child of the Most High.
and the Most High is constantly reminding us that I brought you out of the land of Egypt,
Mhm.
which goes back to Moses.
So if it said Moses could pass as an Egyptian, right? And the Egyptians, we know that those were Kemetic people. They were, Ethiopians. They were dark-skinned people. So if Moses could pass as an Egyptian, right? And Moses was the one who literally led all the Israelites out of Egypt last time. Why would the Most High send his son and not look like them? Because that's the lineage of the Israelites. They are melanated people.
Josh here, is he a part of this group?
Depends on his
I don't know what this is. I just saw you guys saying it.
Alright.
Just for the sake of argument. So that's
you
why
say,
I was
could he
asking.
be a part of it?
Yeah, couldn't he be? Well, I don't know. Are you on this list? Yeah, he's not on the
Yeah,
list.
but he's looking at it carnally, though.
Yeah.
We just told you that it's according to the Spirit.
Mhm.
So if you want righteousness to be established on the earth, you're likely an Israelite, because Edom he doesn't want righteousness. He's a wicked person,
Because
and he
people,
promotes wickedness.
because people ain't really been crying out about the situation of the atrocities that has been done to our people and to what's going on in the earth until it starts affecting them. So that means that they're really not morally righteous, because ain't nobody been talking about none of this until it started getting brung out by the prophets. Because this is a school of the prophets. We're here to teach you what the Bible's actually saying. Because you go to these churches, and a lot of them say, they believe in the Lord, and they don't explain you what's in Revelation. They don't explain you that World War III is in the Bible. They don't tell you who's who.
Well, I did actually like a reference, Revelation 5:13.
Revelation 5:13. We'll go to. We'll go to.
Creation. So if you could read it slowly and loudly, that'd be awesome.
Well,
It says, and every creature, 5 and 13, and every creature which is in heaven, and on earth, and under the earth, and such as the sea, and all that are in them, heard I say, saying, blessings, honor, glory, and power. That's it.
Sorry, there was like was going past what you say. I couldn't hear you.
Okay, it says, and every creature which is in heaven, and on earth, and under the earth, and such are in the sea, and all that they are in them, heard I saying, blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne, and to the Lamb, forever and ever.
To the Lamb, right? And he's the Lamb, the Christ. Let's just, for the sake of argument, I won't call him Jesus. I'll just say the
He's
Christ.
the anointed, yeah.
So if every creature is giving praise to the Christ, that's the one who sits on the throne, does that now mean that Christ is not a creation? He actually is God?
no, because it says right here in Colossians chapter 1, verse 15, it says who is the image of the invisible power, right? Talking about God, the firstborn of every creature. He's the firstborn. It's talking about him. So in Colossians, where it says he's the firstborn of every creature, for by him all things created that are in heaven, that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they may be thrones or dominions or principles or powers, all things were created by him and for him, right? So when it's saying the firstborn creature, he was instilled first. He was the firstborn. That's what the
Out of the Allahayim.
yeah, all of the Halahayim. Because you know where it says in the beginning, it says God says, "Let there be light."
Right.
When you look up that word God, it means Allahayim. It's plural. That's why when you go into Revelation chapter 7, it talks about the 144,000 elect men to receive the earth. Why are they receiving the earth? Why is it's 12,000 out of every tribe of Israel? It doesn't say everybody gets to rule. It says 12,000 out of every tribe. So if you're
Is the term firstborn meaning literally? Because
it doesn't mean literally. Because creature means creation, but what he means by firstborn the first creature was the first one who had the spirit. He had the spirit because there were people on the earth, because creature means creation. So when it says that he made all the creatures on the earth, those were humans too. He made humans. That's why he called that, because creature just means creation. That's why he even says in 2 Peter, we're known as, he knows some people, he describes some people as natural beasts.
What is John?
Hold on. Yeah, but let me read this. It says Revelation 5, we're not to be taught that, and we don't debate it. We
Yeah,
already know what Christian
yeah.
is.
If you're not,
Our apostles and elders been teaching this for years, 40 plus years. They didn't.
Syriac got destroyed by Samson.
we ain't with him. We not with them.
Revelations,
No, we're not black Hebrews. Nope. Because black is just a term. It's a construct invented in the 1600s, just like white is. So no, we're not.
Let me read a couple of scriptures. We're done, man. If you read all that scripture that you told me to go to, starting with verse 12, it says, saying with a loud voice, worthy is the lamb that was slain to receive power. Who you receive power from? Itself. When you receive something, you receive it from something. Yeah, I'm hearing you. It says, and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing. And then it goes into what you just said.
Yeah.
But also,
So what I said about him not actually being creation and being
No.
but it says when the verse that you told me to go to is
You just don't understand it, man. And
hold on too. Also, it says all through the scriptures say the Son of God. It says when the Yahweh Shai quotes, he said, "He that has given them to me, yours is thine. His is thine, and mine is thine." Meaning, the Father gave them Israel through a purchase of his blood. And he said, he cried unto the Father. What do you think? He cried to himself? He cried to the Father and said, if this cup can pass me, oh Father, let it be. So he ain't playing games with himself and then go back up to heaven like answering himself, man. So we're done, man.
Yeah,
Going back to the
yeah,
back to the scriptures.
you're not really
Yeah, we don't want to be converted to Christianity.
not here
We cool. We we rather keep believing what we believe.
John 1:14 is also in
Hey, bro, y'all have a good night, man. Have a good night.
the David asking.
We're not here to answer questions. Man.
We're here to edify
people.
the elect. We're here to teach. That's what don't the scripture say that? Edify the elect. Yahweh Shai, the Son of God, said he died. He came forth for the elect's sake. He didn't say every man on earth. You know.
Hey, if
Y'all
y'all
want to see a lot of people watch us, and they figure that we are part of these other Israelite groups, and they bunch us all in one, like we the Black Hebrew Israelites. We don't claim Black Israelites. We even told him that some of our people look like the so-called white people. So I know where they're getting at. They're getting at that we racist people, because that's why he brought the stigma black out. So they're not here to learn.
Well, if Jesus loved everybody, bro, that wouldn't make sense, bro. Yeah, that's against the scriptures, man.
That's against the scripture.
You know it said,
And you know what? Hey, if Jesus loved everybody, and so-called white men follow Jesus, well, they should love everybody. So we should be loved like everybody on the earth, because they believe in Jesus. Go ahead. And that's what it say about Satan. He said he quickly take what is in your ear away. But we can close out. Go ahead.
All right. Anyways, hey, we know over here Romans 9:13 says that the Lord loved Jacob and hated Esau.
And he hated Esau.
He hated Esau.
It really
He hates Esau,
it
man.
reiterates that. It reiterates that in the New Testament.
Yep.
Romans.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah.
And see, and the thing about these fake Christians, they all of a sudden asking questions about Revelation, and they was never concerned about Revelation.
Never, man.
They was never concerned about Esau, never concerned about the 12 tribes, but now they got the breakdown.
Yep.
Go ahead,
So we're going back to Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 30 about this place getting blown up.
And Jesus, for you, the ones that's viewing, that's new, Jesus doesn't even exist, man.
Yep.
Jesus is a false god. And if you want to say he's real, well, he was a murderer. He goes back to Session Bashir, which is part of the first criminal family, man. Who else is on?
Yeah.
Shalom to you brothers that's watching, you sisters that's watching. You know? See, a lot of these so-called Christians think they doing something. Like,
Yeah.
like they think they getting one on the truth.
And it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, good, because
It's all good.
there's nothing you can do against the truth.
Hey, he know who we are.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, he just came
But
over
you
here.
see, he came up like a serpent, like he was here to learn, and actually, aren't you, black people? No, we're not black.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Try to be like, what are you guys doing? He knew who we are, and that's how we show you, man. That's how we show you. Like, we don't come up nowhere acting like we don't know what we talking about. We gonna tell you what it's saying, man. Period. So
And that's old. That's old news about Son of God being God. We didn't already broke that issue piece.
Yep. But you know how he said, remember how he said, he said Captain Zodiac. So he knows who the Israelites are. Like, and we don't even deal with Captain Zodiac.
See, and they watch one video
Rebuking it.
and go think the Israelites are all the same, like
Yeah,
they in the same thing. Oh,
See, CJ? Hey, it's all edification.
Yeah.
It's all edification.
They say, be more ready to hit than to get a sacrifice of food. Go ahead.
This is back to Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 30, talking about how we're saying that not every city is going to get blown up at the same time because it's getting shot from different ends of the earth. You know? So we're going to point that out. We fix that real quick. Make sure we're good. All right.
I told you, this happens during this time in the spring or
Mhm.
winter. Never happens in winter.
Ain't none of these Edomites been talking about justice until now, man.
Yeah.
Ain't none of them got nothing to say about Epstein. They want to talk about the law. They want to talk about all this stuff. The justice system's not corrupt. Well, why ain't none of these niggas arrested, man?
Yeah.
Why ain't none of these
Like I
niggas
said,
arrested?
why ain't Hollywood been taken down?
Right? All this wickedness going on in the earth. We the problem. All right. Well, shit. It's all good. So back to it. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 30. It says, their might have failed. They have become as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken.
See, in the time of Jacob's trouble and all this shit going down, there ain't gonna be time to ask no questions.
Yup.
A lot of people gonna be running for their lives.
And just like I was listening to Apostle Hart yesterday, he said, if they come up or whatever, you gotta give them a couple things, to see if they got the spirit. And if after that, and like you said, after he started trying to quote scripture,
He came out with a deceitful spirit.
yeah.
Because he should have said that right off. Are y'all the
Yeah.
Hebrew Israelites? Or
Yeah.
Black Hebrew Israelites?
I wanna point something out, but he didn't do that. He tried to act like, oh, what is this? I don't know what this is. So and that's what we're saying, man. That's what we're saying, man. These be these same bougie ass Christians who ain't never read nothing in Revelation until after the truth started coming out.
And I just talked to what seemed to be an Edomite, and he agreed with the scriptures that they should go into captivity. The Bible says that go into captivity.
Yup.
He said, "Yeah, America has been doing evil and all that," so he agreed with that.
Okay, so what's up? Where's
And
y'all
he's
want to talk about that?
And he's probably more learned as a Christian than that dude.
Yup.
Go ahead.
Man. Verse 31, one post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another, to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end. Verse 32, and that the passengers are stopped, and the reeds they have burned with fire, and the men of war are frightened. Because old Babylon, the land of the Chaldeans, they just gave that shit up. They didn't even fight, man. Let's talk about over here. So it's gonna be people over there shooting up because they see a whole city get destroyed by nuclear destruction, and then you're gonna have everybody over there trying to be, oh, I'm an Israelite now. Let me be Israel now. Your ass ain't gonna get in, man.
Just like we just got through explaining that our people look like, because that dude that was with him looked like he's so-called white thing, looked like Edomite. But we just got to saying that it's by the spirit, right? It's bloodline, but it's by the spirit ultimately. And he said, "Boy, you're not on that sign, are you? How you know if he's not on that sign?
Yeah, that
We
dude,
just told you that it's for the fathers. His grandfather could be Jake.
that dude acted more humble than the one that looked like Jake. It might even be vice versa. That one might be Edomite, the other one might be Jake.
See, and then he said, I'm mixed. He told him that such is mixed. Then he said, well, my mother is a so-called white woman, but she's from Ireland and all that.
Yeah.
They trying to hint back towards you being an Israelite, but you can look like Jake and still be an Edomite.
Yep.
So if your spirit is off, it's off, man, no matter who you are.
Yeah. You ain't gonna come teach the Bible and you still eating your steak medium rare. You don't even know what the mark of the beast is. You ain't even on no level to even be teaching at all. You don't even supposed to
A
be
lot
out
of
here,
these
man.
people that they don't even go to church. They just like there's rekindle, so to speak, and the end of the world has come. So now they feel like they got to put their last chips in.
Yeah.
You know, let me donate. Let me confront the Israelites. And,
Yeah.
get the hell out of here. That's over.
It's over with, man. It's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Get ready for that draft of the Third World War.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
ready for that.
Yeah.
Prepare your mind for that. Like I said on our side, prepare your mind for temptation.
Because all these little young Christians like that, they're gonna be the first ones in there, man. They're gonna be the first ones too. The first ones out of here, man. You know? That's all we saying, man. Hey man, it's almost a wrap. Ain't gonna be no more Christian karaoke for y'all ass.
War is
It's
at the
gonna be
door.
over with.
War is at the door, man. You know?
Yeah. You don't want to
Answer
fight.
answer that door, man.
Yeah. You don't want to fight Jake. You don't want to fight for Israel. Okay. We'll fight for Esau because he got a suit for you. He got a jersey
And
for you.
they proud too.
Yeah.
It's a mockery, but they proud like they know everything. And I asked that one that looked like Edomite with the beard. I asked him, and he said, "Yeah, America." I said, "What gives authority to America to make decisions against another nation, telling them what they should do or not?" Yeah, America is, is a bully. He basically said America's bullies.
Yep.
So that's what these so-called Christians are. They tend to be bullies.
And it's always the young ones that you can't really. Ain't no reason to talk to them. It's only the ones that Americans here that are they're more aged that they have an understanding of how the system really works. A lot of these younger men, they don't really understand how this system works. They don't even understand how the whole Gadite civilization is under their feet, and it was taken by force.
And he was wrestling with demons because you know what he even said when he said about there's a lot of partying. He said, "Yeah, college. He's a college dude."
Yeah, man. You be out there fucking
Yeah,
with the hoes,
he ain't
boy.
concerned about the prophecies and the end of the world.
Hey, you be out there fucking with the hoes on the weekend. With all that, you ain't no Christian, man.
Y'all ain't real Christians.
Nah, man. You ain't teaching about
Give it
no
up.
instruction, man.
Get ready for those missiles.
Yeah.
But anyway, hey, that concludes, man. Water for tuning in again. Like we said, it's summertime. About to be summer. That's when the demons come out. When it's cold, they be like, "It's too cold out there to be asking questions." So, this is war, man. And a lot of this stuff, it's so watered down. That's why apostles, they would say, "Hey, don't even entertain these Christians." I mean, most they could be entertained at seeing us out here. Don't entertain them with laughing with them because this is about to be judgment. Man. Some serious stuff. You'll get your head chopped off literally in a judgment type of way for coming against the prophets and the Most High's word. Foremost. So they like the apostle elders always say, they got Jesus in their mind. They've been indoctrinated with Jesus.
And, they was respectful enough to where we said we were done talking to them.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was like a skit. Like the other dude knew they know each other, man. And that's how these Christians be, man. They try to.
That's why they
like,
shook
I
hands.
don't know who this guy
Yeah.
is. Like,
That's why they shook hands and shit. And
They probably got some other
Yeah.
Edomite over here recording it and shit.
exactly. We know your gimmicks, man.
Yeah,
We're not
man.
ignorant of your devices.
Yeah, man.
Satan, your shit is whack, trash. Now at least they on another level to say that. They've they practice it every day. But these college people and people that just walk by and shit.
Yeah, y'all, man, we've been out here for 3 years, man. 3 years. 3 years and counting, man. Ain't never seen y'all, man. Where y'all been at?
That's another way you can get rid of too. Like I'm not here to be converted so much.
Yeah. All this wickedness going on in the earth.
Well, when you ain't doing the cold times, times of in Hollywood, the times of downtown New York, times of Chicago, downtown Chicago, Dallas, and all that. Where were you at?
And even that, like we said, that one guy, he might be a Jake, but he looked like an Edomite.
Yeah.
He even agreed that if you take somebody into slavery, you go into slavery. Yeah. So you American Pie ass Edomites thinking that you're gonna get away with that shit, and you're not gonna get away with that shit. You're going into slavery. That's what the scriptures say. Since you believe in the Most High, you gotta stick by that. You know.
So that man, okay.
I did want to talk about how when they attacked Iran, and Iran they raised a red flag for revenge, man. You know, just to stick with the topic, they raised that red flag of revenge. They out there ready to have revenge on this place, man. And the rest of the nations are gathered with them. They ain't saying nothing about that. They just said Jesus loves everybody. We got plenty of scriptures show he don't love everybody. We don't need to show them to him. People don't even read the scripture.
And it's a time to love and a time to hate. So
yeah,
you know.
And all y'all that love wickedness, hey, shalak ram to y'all ass. May the Lord destroy your ass.
Yeah, man. That means you love sodomy, idolatry, adultery.
You ain't got nothing to say. Yeah, you ain't got nothing to say about this.
Touching babies. You know?
All that shit.
You love all that shit. Covering the man's property, what do you call it? Corrupting the Sabbath. You love all that.
Yeah.
And we know the wickedness hates righteousness, so we ain't surprised at all.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They see a black man with a conscience. Oh, he's negative. He's evil. Look at him. He's frowning. He's talking.
We gonna
like
see.
they ain't never been mad.
We gonna see. We gonna see. They talking about peaceful protests, but they ain't had nothing wicked to say about the Boston Tea Party, where they threw all the damn tea. That wasn't no peaceful protest. These people ain't peaceful, man.
They did to the Native Americans and Negroes.
They came over here and destroyed 70% of all the Native Americans over here, the Gadites over here, just by diseases, man. That's all we telling you, man. People don't know history, man. They don't know history. Diseases. That's Jesus and diseases. Yeah. So
anyway,
hey,
with that, man. Hopefully, love to edify, man. Once again, giving all praise to you. Rock that house, rock that with side of 100 to Apostle Elder Great Muslim. Once I take you, bless you, work for the open like you, like inside will go for a stimulate, show blessings. And at this end time, you'll notice that they're starting to send more people out, like they sending these people out.
Yeah.
Goons, goblins, zombies, hateful men against righteousness.
Yeah.
They being sent.
Yeah.
So, you know,
because they lazy ass ain't gonna come on their own. They don't even know how to read.
FBI agents, cops, undercover, they all coming out.
Yeah, Esau so
why
wicked.
I said he's gonna be hated by all men.
Yeah, Esau
yeah.
wicked, man. He
Wicked as hell, man.
He ain't doing nothing unless he get paid. He ain't coming over here to talk to us.
But anyway, hey, Shalom, brothers.
Shalom.